Unbelievable, The Two-Faced Wife, Part 1. Hawthorne Ridge wasn't the kind of town you'd expect to hold secrets. A quiet suburb wrapped in pine trees and gossip that never strayed past the church steps. People waved to their neighbors, left their doors unlocked, and believed evil was something that only happened somewhere else. Until that morning. At 7:42 a.m., a panicked 911 call shattered the calm. A woman's voice, breathless, broken, terrified. "My husband's not breathing. There's blood, please help him." Her name was Melissa Grant, 38 years old. Mother of 2. Perfect house. Perfect smile. Her husband, Ethan, ran a construction firm that had built half of Hawthorne Ridge. They were the kind of couple everyone envied, until first responders stepped into their home. Ethan Grant was found slumped over his office desk, a gunshot wound to the chest. His phone was still in his hand. On the screen, a half-typed text message. "We need to talk about." The rest was lost forever. The gun lay a few feet away. Melissa knelt beside him, shaking, tears streaking her face. She told officers she heard a loud pop while making coffee and ran to find him like this. She said it was suicide. She said he couldn't take the pressure anymore. But Detective Aaron Harper had seen too many crime scenes to believe in coincidences. And this one was whispering something else. The first red flags. The kitchen Melissa claimed to be in was spotless. No spilled coffee, no used cup, no trace of panic. Even the coffee maker was cold. And outside, near the back gate, Harper spotted tire tracks, fresh ones leading away from the house. Neither of the Grants' vehicles matched them. Something didn't add up. It never does when the story's rehearsed. The woman who played roles. By the time Melissa was brought in for questioning, the tears had vanished. Her voice was steady, her posture perfect. No panic, no breakdown, just a quiet confidence that made Harper's instincts twitch. "Melissa," he said softly, "walk me through it again." She took a long breath, rehearsed but fragile. "I was in the kitchen. Ethan was in his office. I heard a bang, I ran in, and he was gone." Her voice cracked, but her eyes stayed dry. Harper had seen real grief before. This wasn't it. A new name enters the room. That afternoon, a neighbor mentioned seeing Daniel Price, the Grants' driver, leaving the property just before police arrived. Daniel was quiet, polite to a fault, the kind of man who blended into the background. He'd worked for the Grants for years, driving Melissa to errands, picking up the kids from school, always smiling, always invisible. When detectives brought him in, Daniel's hands trembled. He said he had dropped off groceries and left. Didn't hear a gunshot. Didn't see Ethan. But his phone records told another story. Hundreds of late-night calls. Deleted messages. Meetups logged near motels outside town. And every single one connected to Melissa Grant. The mask starts to slip. When Harper confronted her, Melissa smiled politely. "Daniel? He's our driver. He helps with errands, that's all. Is that why you called him at 1:15 a.m. last Tuesday?" Her eyes flickered just for a second. "I couldn't sleep. He checks the cars sometimes." Harper cut her off. "At 1 in the morning?" He slid a photograph across the table. Melissa and Daniel, caught by a motel security camera, holding hands in the glow of the parking lot lights. For the first time, Melissa's breath hitched. Her voice dropped. "You think I killed my husband?" "No," Harper said. "I think you're lying about what happened before he died." The perfect image crumbles. Friends of the Grants told detectives the same thing. Melissa was a charmer, always composed, always in control. She could make anyone believe anything. But the truth was uglier. Ethan had recently confronted her about missing money from their joint accounts. Insurance policies had been quietly updated. And in the days before his death, Ethan told a friend he thought Melissa was hiding something. He didn't know how right he was. The interrogation. Inside the small, gray room, Melissa's calm began to fray. Detective Harper leaned forward, his voice low, deliberate. "Melissa, we know about the affair. The phone calls. The motel receipts. Daniel's prints are on a coffee mug from Ethan's office." She shook her head. "You don't understand. He was obsessed. I tried to end it." Harper's tone didn't change. "But you were in his car 10 minutes before the gunshot." Her eyes widened, genuine shock this time. He played the security footage. Daniel's sedan parked near the Grants' gate, Melissa in the passenger seat. Timestamp, 7:30 a.m. 2 minutes before her 911 call. Melissa stared at the screen, her breathing shallow. "He just wanted to talk," she whispered. "Ethan found out. He was furious. I told Daniel to leave." Harper didn't blink. "Then why did Daniel's fingerprints end up on the gun?" The breaking point. The air in the room thickened. Melissa's composure cracked. Her voice shook as she whispered, "I told him not to come in." "Why not?" Harper pressed. "Because Ethan had the gun," she said. "He said he'd kill him if he ever saw him again." Harper leaned closer. "So you invited both of them into the same house?" "Melissa, which one were you afraid of losing?" For the first time her eyes hardened. The tears stopped. The performance ended. Her voice dropped to a whisper, steady, cold. "You think you know what happened," she said. "But you don't know why." She leaned back in her chair, staring into the camera, a faint smile returning to her lips. And in that silence, the silence that filled the interrogation room like smoke, Harper realized something chilling. This wasn't grief. It wasn't guilt. It was control. Melissa Grant had lost a husband, maybe even a lover. But what terrified Harper most was the thought that she hadn't lost anything at all. To be continued in part 2, The Driver's Secret.